All right, let's talk about 20-inch filter press. Here we are in warehouse number 2 here. A little bit rainy today, I had tin roof. Sorry about that. 20-inch filter press from H20. New design. Steel chassis. I know what you're thinking, why isn't it stainless steel? Why don't they make stainless steel? Well, they tried. They tried for 2 years. And the problem is that to have stainless steel that was rugged enough and thick enough to not bend under the pressure that's created with the jack, so the syrup doesn't squirt out of the plates, it had to be very thick, which in turn makes it very expensive. So they opted to do it this way with a steel chassis and paint it, and it's fine. It's definitely fine. For the extra cost it would be to be all stainless. But they could build you one all stainless if you wanted to order it that way. It would probably be about 4 times as much. But the reason for this design is these plates. I'll show you here. Okay, it's kind of packed in there right now. These plates roll right out. Okay, you can flip them right out. You don't have to pick them straight up. With some of the other presses on the market, you got to pick them straight up, and that's because the mount, you know, is about halfway on these plates. So you could never roll them out of there. You have to pick them straight up. But with this, you can simply roll it right out of there. All right, that is awesome because these things get heavy. And you see that these aren't real thick plates. These are 1.5 inches, I believe. That's really all you need. It works fine. You know, a bigger, thicker plate, they do work. A lot of the other companies have them that way. The thing is, with the bigger, thicker plate, you don't necessarily process more syrup because it's all about the square inches on the filter too. So we've found that the thicker plates, you know, a lot of times the last 2 plates don't even get filled up by the time the filters are plugged up in the first half of the plate. So I think this is a good thickness myself. Maybe somebody could weigh in on that. But it comes with a blocker plate. Well, theoretically, if you're using a big press like this, you're always going to use the entire press. But, you know, someday you might have a short day, the beginning of the season, the end of the season. This is a 7 plate. You can get it in 11. This blue chunk here just comes out when you go to 11 plates, and then the jack pushes right on here. It's an air over hydraulic jack. Right here. It actually when your air is hooked up, you actually lock it right down, and it keeps constant pressure on there all the time. We got a 1-inch air diaphragm, that's stainless steel. And what's neat about this is the pan that's under there, you don't necessarily, well, you will not take that out. You can just hose it right out, you know. You can pump it right out with your pump right here. See that line? Pump it right out. It's not a bad deal. Pump all that junk right out of there. You know, you get that earth wet with the water, and you can hose it around. I don't know. I haven't used it yet, but I definitely like the idea. We got all these extra valves up here, so you can pump through. See this loop right here? You warm it up. You can pump syrup through the pump and not through the press. Shift the valves. I said you got a warming loop, you know, so you can run through. It's quite a setup for the money. You know, you're looking at MSRP on this is $11,495. Give me a call. It's in stock. I'd like somebody to take it away and see how they like it. There's been quite a little buzz about this machine from the bigger producers. You know, because everybody that has a large press, they know that dealing with those plates is kind of a pain in the butt.